Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Lunch and Learn Live. I am finally back in my office equipment working zone again with no technical hitches today. Hooray! So wherever you are in the world, a big welcome to Lunch and Learn Live. If you could give me a big shout out and a hello in the comments section as you arrive, that would be great. Let me know where you are in the world and what's for lunch. Hooray! I think I've got lippy on my teeth moment. I think I'm sorted now. Welcome to today's session, ladies. Look, if I stand just here, this amuses Jane Delahaye no end. Look, I'm Santa. We've got the Christmas tree up. We've got the Santa hats, the fa-la-las, we've decked the halls. I've got mistletoe hanging in my house for the first time ever, which I love because every time I go underneath it, I grab someone and smooch them. I don't understand the mistletoe tradition. I must research it. I don't know where it comes from or why, but I love it. Being a lover at heart, as I am, and so full of love, I just can't spread enough of it around. I love a good bit of mistletoe. Yes, I do. Hello, Alison. Good to see you, my darling. In sunny Buckinghamshire today. Yes, the sun has been out. We had a beautiful morning here in Gloucestershire. All of the fields were covered in frost. Jack Frost had been out in force last night. And then the sun coming up with the mist and the frost. Oh, my goodness. It was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, Alison tells me that mistletoe comes from the Druids. No wonder I love it. I must look that up. Karen, hello from Northamptonshire. Good to see you, my darling. Hello, Nadine, snacking on biltong. I don't think I know what biltong is. What's biltong? It sounds like a small marsupial, Australian marsupial. Are you snacking on a small Australian marsupial? I'm not sure. This is interesting. Hello, everybody. As you arrive, let me know in the comment section. Say hello. Let me know where you are in the world and what is for lunch. I had leftover roast chicken. Yesterday, we had our seasonal planning retreat with the management team here. Well, one was virtual and one was actually here in person. Gosh, it makes a difference to how much you get done when you're in person, I tell you. And we got a lot done, and my lovely assistant, Vix, made us roast chicken for lunch. Like, I said, could you swing by and get us, some cold cuts and salads or something? And she roasted us a chook. How about that? I love Vix. She's amazing. Thank you. Biltong has been demystified. It is fried meat like beef jerky. Got it. There you go. Now I know. And from what country does it hail? Is that a South African treat? Or where's that one from? I'm not sure that I know it. Tara's up in rainy Liverpool. Hello. Hi, Susie. Good to see you. Aisha is having leftover rice with beans and peas. Yes, indeed. Welcome wherever you are today, ladies. Today is a very exciting day. At 1:30 of the clock, I don't have a watch, haven't owned one for years. At 1:30, a small person is going to walk through that door with a bowl full of names. She and Lorna are downstairs at the moment chopping up all of the entries to our competition from the Hunger Project last week. We were fundraising on Giving Tuesday for the Hunger Project. Many of you heard my special edition Lunch and Learn Live, and thank you for all of that amazing feedback and lovely support. We achieved our fundraising target, and one of many was a significant contribution to that. So thank you all so much for your very generous contribution to the work of the Hunger Project. You have helped support and equip women leaders in countries all around the world by way of your contributions, and I'm immensely proud at how much we were able to raise. Altogether for our Giving Tuesday efforts, it was over £5,000, and Manda, I think something to the tune of 5,500 or something in that kind of realm. Manda, who is leading up the efforts of the Hunger Project here in the UK at the moment, is thrilled beyond words, as am I. So thank you all. And right now, for every £10 that you donated, you've got one entry, and Rosie's down there snipping under close supervision. Don't worry, it's being organised, and she will come up and draw the prize at 1:30. So I really look forward to sharing that. Someone's going to win lunch with me. We can either do it virtually or we can do it in person. business lunches are okay. So as long as we do it in a socially distant fashion, we can organise that. I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to meeting one of you in person, spending some bit of time with you. Now today, talking about invitations and lunch dates, it is the silly season. It is perhaps not as silly, or perhaps, depending on which way you look at it, even more silly than usual, coming up and on the horizon. And it is that time where all normal functioning gets suspended and we end up saying yes to things that we really wish we hadn't. And we end up not making times for those things that we really wish we would. So today I thought we could talk about the distinction, and this distinction comes from Lead the Change Mastery. Is it Lead the Change Mastery? I beg your pardon. No, it's not. It's Lead the Change. We have a little workshop, and this is one little tiny piece from one of the workshops where we talk about being a yes to life and being a no to life, and the impact that that can have on our system and the impact that that can have on our well-being. So we are going to have a chat about that today, because some of us need to be more of a yes over this period of time, and some of us need to be more of a no. So we need to dig in and have a look at this. But let me say a quick hello to those of you who I can see here. Cynthia is up bright and shiny, 8 o'clock, coffee and biscotti for breakfast. Good to see you, my love. Susie's having cheese and ham toasty in Bournemouth by the sea. Yummy. Amelia's up in London. Hello, my darling. Simone is hungover in Fulham. Had my Christmas do with my bestie last night. There were tears, dancing and singing. Oh, Simone. Yay, you. How lovely. I'm sorry that you're hungover. I feel your pain. Not personally. Today I'm actually bright and shiny. But yes, I know what it's like with your bestie. So yes. Well done, and hello. Alison says, I said no to meeting my mum on Christmas Day if she didn't stop going out with random friends who are not distancing or protecting themselves. Well done, Alison. And that's it. There's a piece here. This is what I want to kind of bring into our conversation as we enter into this period, because there's a little more at stake this year other than at other years where it's just our time and energy. Do you know, there are actually potentially health implications for yourself or people that you love if we kind of go too crazy. So it's not about going too crazy, but equally for some of us, we're not. This is going to be a challenging season because we're saying no to everything. So perhaps there's a bit here about what do I need to say yes to. So let's kind of feel into this piece. Let me just talk in general principles. Why is it important for us to kind of feel into what phase of life or what's going on for us generally? So many of us experience little or no joy in our lives, right? We experience little or no joy. And it's because over a lifetime, our upbringing it causes us to put everybody else's needs before ahead of our own. We just get into the habit of saying no to things that will light us up. We get in the habit of saying no to things that we know will make us happy. It's almost like women's pleasure, women's joy, women's happiness is a little bit not okay. You know, we can't handle that. So we get this kind of programming, not all of us, not at an individual level, but at a cultural and gender kind of level. Absolutely, I think that happens. And we end up, especially if we become parents, although certainly not exclusively, getting to the point where no is our default. We are a no to life, a no to things that bring us joy, a no to things that bring us pleasure. We say no to lots of stuff. When you add on top of that 2020 and a pandemic, we have said a lot of no. Do you know, we've had to say, no, I'm staying home. No, I'm not going to see my parents because I don't want them to be at risk. No, we're not going on holiday because we can't travel. No, that's not worth the risk. No, there's been a lot of no, right? There's been a lot of no. Now, having said that, some of us are at the other end of the spectrum. We're at the yes end of the spectrum, where we may have grown up rebelling against everyone trying to stop us from doing things, and we are a yes to everything. Do you know, we doesn't matter what's going on, we're a yes. We suffer from FOMO. We say yes to this engagement, yes to that engagement. Lockdown was really hard because we're a yes to life and we want to be going out and seeing our friends and doing things and being a big old yes to everything. But what that can do when we become an undiscerned yes or an undistinguished yes is that we end up in just the same way exhausted and disconnected from our truth, exhausted and disconnected from what it is that truly brings us joy and pleasure. We're just out saying yes to everything. Does this make sense, ladies? Give me a little thumbs up or a bit of love if this is starting to resonate, if you can hear the yes-no spectrum at play. And I often think about there's that great movie by, who was the lead in it? I want to say it was Jim Carrey. Was it Jim Carrey? Maybe it wasn't Jim Carrey. Called Yes Man. Who was the lead in Yes Man? Maybe it was Jim Carrey. Oh, with someone like him anyway. Who was the lead in that great movie, Yes Man? It's a fantastic movie. I love it. It's about my industry, right? It's about the seminar industry. And this guy is a morose, depressed, I want to say divorced. It is Jim Carrey. Thank you, Alison, saving me there. My partner in crime. He's just a Grinch of a guy, right? An absolute Scrooge of a guy. Hates life, not having not a good time at all. And then he ends up, somehow, I forget the detail, but he ends up at this seminar. He ends up at a seminar, and this guru walks in all in white robes. There's like 1,000 people in this exhibition hall in Los Angeles or somewhere it is. Anyway, Jim Carrey sat in this room going, what the hell am I doing here? I've got no idea what I'm doing here. But he sat there, and then the guru walks in. And the guru is all dressed in white, and his whole methodology is, you just have to say yes. You've got to be a yes to life. Say yes to everything. Yes to this, yes to that. And for Jim Carrey's character, at the beginning's not into it, but after a while he's like, well, okay, we'll give this a shot. Anyway, he goes out the front of the seminar, the seminar hall, and the first thing is this homeless guy there. Who says, could you give me a lift home? And Jim Carrey's now kind of saying yes. So he's like, yeah, okay, yes, hop in. And he gets in and they start driving. He goes, where do you need to go? And it's like the hill, like somewhere, which is like 30 minutes out of the city, up into no man's land. He's like, okay, that's where we're going. But it makes me laugh. He's like, I don't know why, but I can always get a lift home after, here on a Wednesday night. Which is fantastic. So yes, he then starts living his life only and indiscriminately from yes. And surprise, surprise, he starts having more fun. Now, I won't tell the spoiler alert because it is a ridiculous but funny flick, especially if, like me, you're in the industry and, you can laugh at oneself. But watch it, because he becomes an indiscriminate yes to everything, which is great. It activates joy. It gets him back in flow. It has him discover things he never would have thought that he would have enjoyed, like learning Korean and all sorts of weird things. But what he discovers is the downside of an indiscriminate yes. So when you, that's interesting. Nadine says the book is written by a Brit called Danny Wallace and is based on true life. Interesting. I didn't know that. I look forward to reading the book. I wonder what Danny Wallace's experience was, whose seminar he went to. It'd be very interesting to know. So anyway, one of the components of sorceress energy. So as those of you who've been in the community for a while know, we talk about the 5 women's power types here at One of Many, and sorceress is one of those 5 power types. She is the part of us that connects to our higher self, or to source or God, whatever you call it, Allah, your intuition. She's also the part of you that is the wise woman. She is the part of you that knows the truth. And one of the skill sets that in our higher level programs we really dig into and start to heighten is our ability to tune into our intuition and to activate the quality of what we call discernment. Right? Discernment being feeling into a yes and feeling into a no, feeling into our alignment between what source energy or what the world or life, you could just call it life, what life has in store for you, and feeling into, am I a yes to this or am I a no to this? And when we can activate that energy, then we can start to live in a truly on purpose and fulfilled manner. So it is a skill worth developing, and worth developing not just intellectually, but developing in the body. Obviously, in a Lunch and Learn Live, I can't give you all of the details on exactly how to develop it all in the body. It's a process and takes time to work with, but that's absolutely what we do in our high level programs. But what I can do today is have you, in this kind of general context, start to have a look at areas of your life and looking at whether you're being a yes or whether you're being a no. Like, are you at the moment being a yes to life in general, or are you being a no to life in general? Are you being a yes to everything that is requested by others of your time and a no to anything that you would like? Are you being a no to joy but a yes to the grind? Be careful of that. It might be that in some areas of life you're being a yes. Like I saw a post from a friend of mine who had taken on a fitness regime. And she was working really super hard, working out some inordinate amount of time, an hour a day or something. And she'd set herself I can't remember exactly what it was, 60 days, 90 days. And she was like going really hard at it. She was being a yes to her vitality, but then her body had started to say to her no. Her body was, she said, but oh gosh, I'm feeling like I'm really running on empty. And I commented, I said, babe, stop. Your body is telling you it's done. It needs a rest. These kind of, no pain, no gain kind of approaches to health and vitality, where you push through pain thresholds and all of that. So like that, seriously, pain is your body's way of saying, of giving you a symbol, like giving you some feedback, right? So it's a real difficulty in that respect. So you can't just push through pain. You've got to go, what is the lesson of this pain, and what do I need to adjust? So in her case, I kind of suggested maybe take a day off, like rest, see if your body might like a rest. So watch out for that indiscriminate yes, that I've decided to be a yes, and keep going. Because if you become like Jim Carrey and you become the indiscriminate yes, you start breaking things. You break your body, you break relationships, you break down, right? Your emotions can break. So we don't want that. But equally, an indiscriminate no to everything will rob you of joy. It will rob you of pleasure. It will rob you of being in the flow of life. So let me know where you're up to. What does it feel like? Which end of that spectrum in general do you feel you're at the moment? So Susie is saying, I'm currently a yes, but I'm surrounded by no's. I know it's personal, but it still feels hurtful. As a singleton, I really miss people. I can get that, Susie. I know it's not personal, she says. I know it's not personal. But as a singleton, I really miss people. That's it, right? At this time of year, we might be like, yes, I want to reconnect. Yes, I want to do things, but the world is saying to us no. So this is the other piece, right? We need to have a look at both, for those of us being indiscriminate yeses in some context, we need to look at setting boundaries. We need to look at what do we want to say no to. As we look out over this season, what is it that we want to be a yes to, and what is it that we want to be a no to? And then those of us who are wanting to be a yes, but then the world, or the politicians or the chief medical officers or whomever it is saying, well, no to it looking like this, that we need to get creative. So let's talk, first of all, let's talk about those of us who are being too much yes, right? Too much indiscriminate yes, and need to set some boundaries. So I can see that Alison just there has said, yes, I'm doing more yes than no, which is fine if that's what you want, right? If that's what you want. But if it's indiscriminate, then you're going to get stuck. So the first thing to do is tune into it and catch yourself, perhaps with your journaling practice if you have one, and if you don't, get one. It's one of our foundational tools that we talk about here at One of Many is a journaling practice, a daily journaling practice. Journal on that energy that has you say indiscriminate yeses. Why? Why is that? Is it fear of missing out? Is it because you don't want to feel the aloneness, like loneliness? Are you trying to escape from something? Are things uncomfortable at home with a partner or with your home situation? So you're trying to get out of that situation in some way, shape, or form. So you're going to every exercise class that you can and every business lunch that you can and working, all of the hours because you're not comfortable to go back home. Look at what is under. Like I encourage you to look at what is under your indiscriminate yes, and that can make a real difference. The second thing is then the ability to say no, right? So catching yourself in the moment when someone invites you to something or asks you to go do something, because this is the other thing, right? At this time of year, especially in the Northern Hemisphere when we're in, I think exclusively perhaps in the Northern Hemisphere when we're in winter time, our energy wants to draw in. There is a real sense of retreat. And if we continue to be indiscriminate yeses, even if it's to Zoom coffees or whatever, we rob ourselves of that ability to kind of turn inwards, which is a great gift of this time of year. So be aware of that. So then it becomes about boundary setting. Then it kind of becomes about, thank you so much for the invitation. I would love to, but not this time. And getting good at those boundary conversations. If you've not yet downloaded our Enough is Enough report, it is a fabulous free gift that helps you to set boundaries. So I would highly recommend that. In fact, I'm not sure if Joanna is here with me on the call, but if any of my team are here, could you please find me a link to the Enough is Enough report, and we'll put it in the comments section here, and you can go download that because it will tell you how to say no gracefully and how to set boundaries. It makes a real difference. So how about bringing some no energy in if you're in indiscriminate yeses, right? That will help. And for those of you who are feeling the energy of yes and wanting to get back into the flow of life or wanting to be doing that, but then it's challenging at this time, let's get creative together. Let's get creative together. So for instance, we had our team Christmas party exclusively online last Tuesday. And everybody on my team who told people outside of our realm that, they were having their work Christmas party online, people were like, oh God, boring, that's going to suck, isn't it? And they're like, probably not, actually, if you see the way we do parties. And then I remember Bonnie saying Bonnie was saying to one of her friends, yeah, it's going all day. And her friend could not believe that we could be entertaining all day. But on Zoom, as a community, our team, we had the most amazing day. Vix organised a quiz for us, and we had the big quiz party. She sent little boxes out, and we had all of these goodies in the boxes, including a wee bottle of Prosecco, mince pies, crazy glasses, which have been commended by my children. And everybody had their box, and we opened them up, and there was envelope one, and we had to do this amazing quiz. And then at the end of the day, we played disco bingo, which was awesome. You can play music over Zoom these days. We had so much fun. And we were going from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and it did not feel like, it felt like a party all day long. So what I want to say about that is that you can get party in your life, even if you can't get a big lot of people in your life. You can absolutely have party. Yeah, it's not the same, but it's still being a yes, right? It's so easy. I remember when my mate Sarah was having her 50th birthday, and it was right before London went back into lockdown. So we were going to meet 6 of us in London, and then London locked down, so we couldn't do that. Sarah and I both lived outside of London, so we were still able to meet up in groups of 6, but most of her London friends weren't. And she was ready to go, nah, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I'm like, no, we've got to be a yes, right? We've got to be a yes. So we just went out, the 2 of us, and we went back to the hotel room, and we did karaoke, in-room karaoke. I got the guy I feel like I did a Lunch and Learn live pretty soon after this. I can't remember. But I got the night guy to find us all the connections we needed to plug my laptop into the TV. And we had, in-room karaoke. So it was heaps of fun. We had it all. And was it the same as the 200 people party she wanted to have at her members club? No, of course it wasn't. But was it fun? Was it like a little act of revolution? Yes, it was. If you're wanting to be a yes to life, I just also want to say there's lots of other interesting and exciting ways you can be a yes to life at this stage that don't involve getting out. Like someone was saying they're a singleton and feeling, that there's a challenge right now. Get on dating apps if you're not already, or maybe you are. Maybe get flirty. Get sexting. Have some fun, right? There's ways that you can engage. Have flirty phone conversations with people. Maybe it's not about meeting up because of all of the bubbles and everything, but what fun yes thing that you've always wanted to try have you not tried before that you could try in the context of things as they are? You can get super creative. I've spoken to a number of women in our community, and also been listening to some very interesting podcasts of late of women who are dating, in this kind of situation that we're in at the moment. And The creativity is amazing. If you need inspiration, I highly recommend a quick podcast search for people talking about dating and sex at this time in lockdown. And there's all sorts of incredible inspiration that you could find if you're a singleton. Absolutely. So that's interesting. Aisha's saying, I'm saying yes with my brain, but my heart is saying no. Now that's interesting, because if you're like, yes, I want to do something, but your heart is saying no, maybe your heart needs peace. Maybe your heart actually needs a rest. Maybe your heart needs to retreat. Does that make sense? So each of us needs to feel into, okay, we've all got the same context that we're living in at the moment, right? Different boat, same storm. Some of us alone, some of us at home with family. I know for me, I'm looking, okay, I can't get out and party with my friends, but I can be a yes to a dance party with my kids, do you know? I can be a yes to flirty evenings in front of the fire with my husband, do you know? There's all sorts of ways that we can bring fun and life into a family situation, where we can bring fun and life if we're single. It does mean getting creative. It does mean perhaps doing things that you haven't done before. But this is what being a yes to life is all about. Does that make sense, ladies? And maybe it's, making a new friend in the one of many community. Maybe it's reaching out to somebody and going, you know what? I'm really present to the fact that I want to get to know new people right now, but I don't know anyone. Is anyone up for a walk? And I live in this area. Like, let's go for a walk together. Maybe this is the season to create a whole new friendship with somebody, right? There's so many delicious ways that we can do it. So let me have a look at some of your comments here. Please do put some questions in. In 3 minutes, my little Santa's little helper is going to come through that door, and we're going to draw a prize for you. So let's have a look here. What else have we got? We've got here Alison saying she needs to set some no's with her mum. So yeah, grab that Enough is Enough report. Joanna is there. Thank you, Joe. Joe has put the link to the Enough is Enough report in the comment section. So if you know you need to set some boundaries and say no, go download that. It'll make a real difference. Can you believe I forgot to make my cup of Earl Grey tea before I came up here today? Water? What's that? How am I going to survive on that? Let's see what else we've got here. Nadine says, I say yes to work requests before myself, but I'm generally fairly good at looking out for myself. As a bit of an introvert, I will decline social offers if I don't want to go, but once I do commit with a yes, I will not change my mind. Well done, Nadine, that's good. Simone says, I'm yes and no for me, then I don't do anything. Fear holds me in limbo. Yes for everyone else, that is easy. Interesting, Simone. So for you, I know you're part of the Living the Change. If fear holds you in limbo, you pick up that limitation release meditation, darling. Pick up the power type release, even if it's about a particular thing that you want to say yes to or you want to go for. Just do it on that specific thing. Go in, let go of the fear, and go be a yes to those things. Absolutely. Alison says, work team meeting on Friday with Christmas jumpers and antlers, socially distanced, in-person coffee and chat and walk. We suspect may not get, I'm looking, that looks like it's being cut off. Got it. Excellent. Oh, I always forget that I can share these. When I'm on Ecamm, I can share this here. Cynthia says, I love that sense of getting creative. I love the idea of a walk with a friend across the pond. Absolutely, right? How about that? You might have a friend on another continent, both go for a walk and chat to each other at the same time. There's so much richness available right now if we just get that. Here she is. If we get that bit creative. Elsa has come to draw our prize today, has she? Wow, everybody, this is my... Stand up so they can see you, baby girl. I'll help you. I'll hold this for you. Here's the lovely Elsa. Now, one of these ladies has won a prize, haven't they, Rosie? Do you remember? Here, I'm going to turn your microphone on. Do you... Oops, hang on, let me pick it up first. Do you want to hold your microphone for a second? No. I'll hold it. And you tell the ladies... One of these ladies has won a prize. What have they won?
That they have lunch with their mummy.
Yeah, with their mummy or with your mummy?
With your mummy.
Yes, with me, isn't it? Someone's going to win lunch with me. Oh, my goodness. So thank you so much for all of you who... we got one? We've got one. Thanks for all of you who made a contribution. Look at all of those amazing contributions. Thank you so much for all of the amazingness of the Hunger Project. Who is it, Rosie? Who is one lunch with me? Do you want to say the name? I'll whisper it in your ear and you can say it. You ready?
Annette Lloyd.
Would you like to say it really loud?
Annette Lloyd.
Annette Lloyd is the... Yeah! Shall we give her a big clap and a round of applause? Yay, come up here and say, well done, Annette. Hooray! So Annette has won lunch with me. That's a big yes, isn't it? Thank you for putting on your Elsa outfit. I'll finish chatting to the ladies now. That's great. You can't see them on this one. Sometimes you can see them, can't you? Yeah. But right now you can only see us, can't you? Are you liking looking at yourself? It's because you're so beautiful, aren't you? All right, Possum. You and Lorna keep going. I'll go keep doing my work. Thank you very much for helping me, Rose Pose. Oh, yes, we've got to make sure that the cape flows adequately. It's actually your life's ambition was to be a lady in waiting, actually, wasn't it, Lorna?
Oh, absolutely.
There we go. We're flowing adequately for our departure. Yeah, there you go. Talk about the crown princess. She's going to be a queen. Oh, Annette, you're here too. Yay, Annette. All right, how cute was that? Annette Lloyd, because I whispered it to her. She whispered it. Oh, Annette, I really look forward to having lunch with you, my darling. Where in the world are you? Yes, it's you. Where in the world are you, my darling? Are you in the UK? Can we do it in person? Are you across the pond? We can do a socially distant, very socially distant Zoom lunch. You let me know. Well done. We will be in touch. But Annette, could you actually message us at the office via Facebook here? So if you send us a Facebook message so that Joe Faminska there can get all of your details and we can make sure that we can get you hooked up. How is that? How cute is my little assistant? Pretty cute. Pretty cute. Oh, you guys, I should have read all of that. I should have read all of that, all of those beautiful things. Pretty Rosie. Aww. Yeah, she's pretty cute, wasn't she? Absolutely. Hooray! Yeah. Susie says, I bet you want Rosie to come to lunch too. Who wouldn't want Rosie? No, you really don't want Rosie to come to lunch. She will do all the talking, all of the talking. She's awesome, but we want to have a chat too, right? And I concur. This is the lovely Mandela Kani who is heading up the efforts of the Hunger Project here in the UK at the moment. She says, a massive thank you for all of the donations. We at the Hunger Project are so grateful for your support. We've had a fabulous response and we've extended the appeal to become our Christmas appeal. So please do donate if you've not managed to. And she has given the link again there. So if you would like to support the work of the Hunger Project, we would be very grateful for that. So thank you so much, so much, so much. Oh, Annette's in North Devon. Oh, exciting. I love North Devon. My first job in England was at a B&B in Linton and at the Chippy at Lynmouth. I think I might have even had this conversation with you before, Annette. Perhaps we have spoken about this before. Who knows? Maybe I'll come down to the Chippy. We'll see how we go. Awesome, my darlings. Well, listen. So feel into, am I being a yes? Am I being a no? What does my energy want right now? Does my energy want more yes? Does my energy want more no to life? Do I need to get a bit more courageous, do a bit of fear release, as we said to Simone? And if you need to do that, well, I was going to say get into living the change, but you can't do that until the new year. So don't do that, but do something. And get in and be your yes, or do you need to be a no? Do you need to set some boundaries? Do you need to say I can't do that? You know, and get the enough is enough report, which will support you with that. So as always, my darlings, we have plenty of tools here to support you on your journey. If there is anything that you need from us, or if you're wanting to be a yes, especially in the realm of love, if you're wanting to be a yes in the realm of love, we are in the love season here at One of Many, because we have Be Love happening in the new year. The 8th and 9th of January, Friday and Saturday, I think that's the 8th and 9th, Be Love is happening. We still have places, it's happening virtually, so if you would like to be a bit more of a yes in the realm of love, then do reach out to the office, drop us an email or ping us a message right here on Facebook, and one of the girls can have a chat to you about what Be Love is and how you could be a part of that and become a big yes to all of the exquisite juiciness that is love in your life. It's been lovely spending some time with you today, ladies. Go be a yes, go be a no. Be what feels right for you, your soul, your co-creation with life. Have a fabulous week. And let me just double check here, because a week coming up, it is not going to be happening on a Tuesday, but a Wednesday. I think next week, Lunch and Learn Live, we are indeed on Tuesday. Yes, next week we are. Are we? Yes, we are at 1 o'clock next Tuesday. But the following week, our special Christmas special edition is going to be on Wednesday the 23rd at 1 p.m. rather than Tuesday. So just letting you know, Tuesday the 14th is happening at 1 p.m. as usual right here. Wednesday the 23rd is happening at 1 p.m. on Wednesday rather than on Tuesday that week. All right, angels, it's so lovely to see you. Have a brilliant week. Lots of love to you all. And I will see you next week, or in the Hearth, the Change Forum, or some other fabulous one of many inspired place very, very soon. See you soon. Bye.